Hello everyone, welcome back to Zumit Crypto channel. Today we will talk about Bitcoin weekly chart. The last time we talked about the week chart on 6th of December, and now we are going to see there are a few developments that is happening in the market right now. In fact, as we talked on the 10th of December daily charts about the breakdown of Pinant, could have been a possibility. We are observing that it has broken. It is in the process of breaking that Pinant and continuing its journey towards the 73,000 levels. So let's taking the cues from the last discussion on 6th of December. Let's put on the levels that we discussed about. And the first one would be the 64 to 67,000 kind of levels here, and which could be the possible support. The first resistance would be around 104,000 or 107,000 kind of levels over here. The second important support level would be the broader one, which would be around 60 to 69,000, which also would be the top of the 2021 bull cycle. And of course, the last resistance that we have observed would be around 120 to 125,000 levels. So these were the levels we discussed in the last video as well. I just wanted to put that into the perspective again so that we can build on what's going on in the market right now. Coming back to the moving averages, we have the 50-week moving average, which is now declining. Then we have 100 days, 100 weeks moving average, which may become a support for the time being, but I don't see it is going to hold for a good long time. And of course, the big daddy, the 200-week moving average, which has been a support in the last 3-4 bear cycles. So these are the levels, the moving averages, which are going to become very important going forward here. Now, there was one more pattern that was forming, and which was the megaphone that we discussed about in the last video as well. This megaphone broke in November, mid of November. Last week, it tested this megaphone and was sharply rejected from there. So this is also to put into the perspective how it is looking at. We also talked about zigzag that was there. Zigzag, which is the extension of the Dow theory, which says that if the upside continuation has to continue, then the price should not break the 73, 74 levels on a weekly basis, closing basis. So that was one thing which is also important in terms of understanding the classical theories of technical analysis here. Now, we will take a closer look now at the volume, the kind of thing that is happening there, which is, let me just pull out the volume chart here. So there is some interesting thing going on in the volume chart. I just want to take into perspective what's been happening here. How the top was formed. Just look at this level on like in mid of May, when Bitcoin made its new high and breached around 110,000. We have seen a very tepid, very low volume that is happening in the market. And now we may understand what is happening, because this breakdown has to contribute towards this thing, So since the time in around May of this year, when Bitcoin made a new high, around 112K, the distribution of volume was actually very, very low. And we can see that from this level, wherein from this week to around this time, around 18 weeks, the volume was below average, even though the market tried to breach the $105,000 three times. So I did some calculation here, and if you see that the volume was close to around 102,000 levels. It was 102K on average on weekly basis. So that was what the volume was looking at, while the Bitcoin chart was trying to break out to the new high. And it was a very bad volume if you look at from this perspective. Then after that, for the next 6 weeks, when we saw the breakout, the breakout is failing, and it started breaking down the levels here. Then the volume was actually, volume shot up a lot. It was close to around 180,000 every week on average. So that spoke about the spike. I mean, that spoke about why there was a lack of interest during the distribution phase that was happening around 125,000. And when the volume spiked, it spiked with a great volume. 180,000 per week was pretty much high as compared to what was happening in the market before. And then again in last 3 weeks, at least in last 3 weeks, while it supposedly touched the 80,000 level and it has gone sideways, the volume again have gone back to low volume, low levels, which is around 125,000. So this also shows that volume is actually giving us a very clear picture of what is happening in the market. When the bull wanted to take it to the high level, new levels, the volume became low, and when it started correcting here, and it became high, and again for the sideways, it is low. And we have just started this week on Monday, and probably we see this candle, this bar forming, and then we can have a clear picture of what exactly we can think about. In terms of price action, if you have to do the things like when Bitcoin was consolidating in this range, it was hardly moving beyond around, it was hovering between 25,000 kind of levels here. Then it broke down like 35% from the top, and now again it has been locked in the range of 10,000. And I am given the price action that is happening right now, I think soon it will be breached and we may test the lows again here. Now, the pennant theory that I discussed in the daily chart, which explained to us that if the price action, the downturn which has happened 35%, and it has gone sideways after that over here, and if the pennant has to break down, then the possible targets would be close to around 35%, which is still okay because it suggests that we will be revisiting the level of 60 to 65,000 again, which fulfills the target of the flagging pennant kind of patterns here, and it will come back to this level 65, and probably by then 200 week moving average will also converge to these levels. That says about one of the possibilities here, which I think is there prevailing in the market. Looking at the last indicator that I use often to understand the momentum, we will plot the RSI here, and I think we have spoken about the things when the move was up for the charts, for the prices, and when it was there to take some kind of support. So 40 to 45 actually became a good level wherein the charts took support on RSI level from here, here, and then it broke down. So that level becomes important. I don't know when this will happen, but there will be a point wherein the price may shoot up and try to, it may have a counter rally, counter downside kind of level going up from here, and it may test the 50 moving average again, probably sometime next year. And that time in the weekly chart, we may see RSI going above and touching 40-45 again. Now for the traders, it's important that we take this opportunity as a point wherein we can start building short positions here. And because we may expect RSI going up to 40-45 and prices going up to let's say 100,000 kind of levels in the future, whenever that happens, or if that happens at all. But yeah, this is the position for me. I think it's a bearish position that I have to stress again. Last week I was not very clear, but I think price actions and daily chart price actions suggest that there is a lot of weakness in the market. S&P has been looking toppy types as well, and if S&P has to correct, then we may have a healthy correction, more healthy correction in the Bitcoin market as well. So that's it from my side. We will be visiting the daily charts again in the next 3-4 days, where we may have more developments and more clear picture going forward. Well, thanks for joining us. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.